Hey guys, welcome back to another review. As I said, in the past, I didn't really want these to all be reviews, and they won't be. Today just is a review because it's something I wanted to talk about. So, this is a first impressions type review. I haven't beaten the game yet, but from the chapters I've made it through, I feel like I have enough meat and potatoes to give my personal opinion on it. So we're going to be talking about today, and if you don't want any kind of information about it, you want to go into it blind. I'm really not going to talk about too much in it. There might be a spoiler here and there, but it's not like I'm not giving out key details of the plot. It's going to be about Doom: The Dark Ages. So Doom: The Dark Ages is the brand new Doom game that just came out, I believe, 2 to 3 days ago. I'm sure there was early release, but I wasn't a part of that. I'm not paying the money. Sorry, you can't make me. It costs too much. It just came out, and it's a part of the Doom series that has been coming out since, I believe, the late 80s, 90s period. I don't have it pulled up directly, but the games have been coming out for a long period of time. Maybe not 80s, maybe like 98. It doesn't really matter. The point is, the games have been coming out for longer than I've been alive. I'm only 25. I was born in 99, so the games have been coming out for a long-ass time. And the series has been not necessarily beloved, but known by the general populace for, again, longer than I've been alive. It's been the source of memes, like, what can we play Doom on? People have played the original Doom on smart refrigerators, on their car radios. They played it on everything because it's this 8-bit graphic, yada yada. So the game has been coming out for a long time, and this is the newest release. And right off the bat, just for anybody who doesn't want to be here too long, they just came in for a quick review. I'm going to say right off the bat, before we get into any of the meat and potatoes, I enjoyed the game. For what I've done so far, I've enjoyed it. From what I've seen online, it's a lot of mixed reception. There are people who have enjoyed the game, there are people who hate the game, and I'm definitely one of the people who've enjoyed the game. Overall, I would give it maybe like an 8.5, and I know that's pretty high, but I'm rating it on its own scale. I feel like a lot of people who are rating the game so negatively or not enjoying it to its fullest are people that came into the game who either didn't know much about it or they are diehard Doom fans and expected a lot from it, from playing Doom Eternals or something like that. I don't think it's anything that it isn't supposed to be. It's a fun shoot 'em up game, and that's what I went in expecting it to be. I went in expecting it to be this game where I'm this powerful as fuck guy and I have a gun, and it delivered exactly what I expected. I'm running through hordes of demons. I have a shotgun. I'm punching people, blowing people to bits. I'm lighting them on fire with my flame shots. It's exactly what I expected the game to be, and I wasn't let down. I'm sure there are some people who might have been let down. I'm just not one of them. I really like the game. I would suggest anybody who is unfamiliar with the IP or hasn't really given it a chance in the past or has seen some stuff but hasn't necessarily wanted to try it, to give it a try. If you remember those old zombie arcade games that you would see where the guy, you just hold the gun while you're running through a map and you're just shooting at any zombie that comes through. It's very reminiscent of that feel. Obviously, the graphics are 10 times better and you can move your character, but it's a fun shoot 'em up game, and I've really enjoyed myself. You'll get it locked into these arenas, and now you're surrounded by these hordes, and there'll be like 4 or 5, like, not necessarily bosses, but superior demons that have either, that have better weapons and so on and so forth, and you have to make your way through this arena. and just to progress the story. And like, this isn't an arena fighter. I'm not saying that's the majority of the game, but it's what I wanted it to be. The bosses are super fun. The mini bosses are fun. There's this one I call Melvin from the old, like, I believe it's a 2008 game, Overlord. It's just this big chunko dude. And it's just so great. We can run through a couple of the weapons real quick. So you get your basic shotgun, which can be upgraded, to different levels depending on your play style. You get your basic AR, you get an energy rifle, the shredder, which is just shooting a bunch of bones at people, and then you have your shield, which is by far my favorite weapon of the game, because after, I believe, the second chapter, it gets a chainsaw attachment, and you can do these finishers on different enemy types after you get them into a staggered state, and you can just chop them in half or cut off their heads, and it's just fun. It's stupid, mindless violence fun. Exactly what I wanted the Doom game to be. And I wasn't let down. If you want a brief rundown of the story, I don't know too much about the lore because I didn't really look into it because, again, I just wanted a stupid shooter. It's a good palate cleanser. There's either so much garbage coming out or so much stuff that the story behind it you have to be paying attention to. You're almost like watching a movie while playing a game, which is fine, and I love those games. Like I adore those games. Those games are irreplaceable to the gaming industry. Like The Last of Us, Split Fiction, for example, was this beautiful game with this amazing underlying story, but you want to be there for the story because you don't want to miss something, right? For this game, I don't care. I wouldn't care if there was a story. You could just put me in an endless maze of demons while I run around brutalizing the lot of them, and I would still have fun because that's the type of game it is, and it needs to be looked at from that perspective. If you're coming in wanting more, you're not going to get it, and that's okay. Just a general breakdown of what I did catch of the story so far is Doomguy is under the control of these beings during a semi-medieval time. It says, the Dark Ages, but like there's guns and spaceships and, turrets and stuff, so it's definitely not the Dark Ages. Take that loosely. The cover is Doomguy holding a shield and a morning star, so you might think a little bit more Dark Age than that, but no, it's not. And they are controlling him through this energy thing that they have in his chest. And they are making him... They basically cleared his mind of all thought except, I want to kill demons, right? And yeah, that's kind of all I got so far. And that's all I really need to enjoy the game. Drop me off into a horde of demons and let me go on a killing spree. Like, that's the kind of game it is, and I love it anyways. If that's not really your game, it's understandable. I wouldn't give it a try. If that sounds like fun to you, go for it. You're gonna love it. Check out one of the lives, check out one of the videos. Like, you'll see, like, as soon as I get dropped in and you have this move where you can do a shield bash, where you just, like, literally bash into a demon and they explode, and I just start laughing my ass off because it's great. Yeah, like I said, if that's not your thing, I 100% understand. If you're more of a a story person, there's a story there. It's just not going to be the game you want. So yeah, give it a try or don't. But if you do give it a try, you know what to expect. Again, I give it an 8.5 for a shoot 'em up game, right? I'm not putting that 8.5 up against like Red Dead 2. I'm putting this almost in its own category of thing because for what it is, it's doing it great. And that's what I like. It's got a lot of cool little features, like there's little Funko Pop type deals all around the map that you can find. They're little demons, and for the difficulty, there's actually a difficulty level that is one-off campaign. If you die once, the campaign just shits out on you, and I love those little things that make the game unique, while also just giving you mindless violence fun. So yeah, if that's the game you want to play, try it out. If it's not, 100% understand. But yeah, just a quick first impressions review, so you know what to expect if you haven't tried it yet, and if you have tried it, at least you know my opinion on it. As I said before, guys, if you like content like this, you want to see me talk about some other stuff, you want to see me talk about, I don't know, like I know that a bunch of YouTubers were talking about the Down syndrome trend, where OnlyFans models were using the Down syndrome filter in order to get more clicks, which is beyond repulsive. I would love to talk about that kind of stuff with you guys, but I need to know if you want to see it down in the comments. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Join in the streams. We can talk person to person. I love talking to the viewers. Never feel like you can't jump in and talk. We have a guy who's with us every single night. We talk to him all night. I feel like I almost know the guy personally. So, always welcome to join in. Once again, 8.5 for what it is. Super fun shoot 'em up game. Mindless violence. If that's your deal, go check it out. We'll see you in the next one.